Do you know what is the most profitable acquisition of Microsoft? Well, it's not LinkedIn, GitHub, or Nuance Communications, and not even video game company Activision Blizzard. It's the video conferencing platform, Skype, that Microsoft bought in May 2011 for $8.5 billion in cash. Now you might wonder how this is possible. Skype is gone. Well, you are right. Skype is gone. And in fact, the most usable Skype for Business is already shut down in July 2021. But Skype as an investment is the most profitable deal for Microsoft. And the reason for that is this software. If you work in tech, then you are definitely familiar with this sound. Yes, it's called Microsoft Teams. Teams is the fastest growing business app of Microsoft, generating billions of dollars in revenue every year. While today you might be hearing about Zoom all over the media, but do you know that Teams is actually generating much more in revenue than Zoom? In 2022, while Zoom reported an annual revenue of $4.4 billion, Microsoft Teams' annual revenue is around $8 billion. While Zoom was a temporary reality for a small time during the pandemic, Microsoft Teams is the real king of communication apps for businesses. In this story today, we will talk about the rise and fall of Skype. We will see how Skype was born and provided a way to communicate by voice calls over the internet, how and why Microsoft got interested in Skype, and finally we will see how Skype gave birth to Teams and how it became the most profitable acquisition for Microsoft. So if you are interested in knowing about this most famous business communication app, then stick around. The journey of Skype starts in 2003 with two Scandinavians, Niklas Zennström and Janus Friis. They teamed up with four Estonian tech developers to build the software. Skype stands for Sky Peer-to-Peer. Skype used VoIP or Voice over IP technology, which allowed its users to make calls over the internet. The idea behind Skype was to reduce the cost of long-distance phone calls. The first version of Skype was launched in 9 months. And on the first day of launch, 10,000 people downloaded and installed the app, which was a very good number in 2003. Within its first year, this number grew to over 11 million users. One thing that helped Skype to grow at such a scale was that it was a product that a person cannot use alone, and they have to sell the idea of connecting and calling over the internet to another person. Plus, it was solving the major problem for people who were spending good money in international calls. And within 18 months of launching, Skype reached 23 million registered users. And within 2 years of launch, they crossed 100 million downloads. After the success of Skype, it became an attractive investment for many companies. Many big corporations became interested in acquiring the Skype business. And within 2.5 years of launch, in 2005, eBay acquired Skype for $2.6 billion. CEO of eBay, Meg Whitman, wanted to connect online shoppers and sellers with the app. But soon after the acquisition, many people started criticizing this move. By the end of 2005, Skype launched video calling, and by 2007, Skype reached over 200 million registered users and over 50 million connected monthly users. And all this happened while eBay was still figuring out how to monetize with Skype. Although Skype became a successful way to connect people, but not through e-commerce. Within eBay, Skype grew in terms of active users, but there were no synergies between the two companies. In 2008, John Donahoe became the president and CEO of eBay, and he decided to sell Skype. In September 2009, 70% stake in Skype was sold to private equity firm Silver Lake for $2.75 billion. By the end of 2010, Skype had almost 560 million registered users, so it was still a lucrative investment for many companies. There were rumors that Google and Facebook are interested in buying the company. But in May 2011, Microsoft announced that they purchased Skype from Silver Lake for a whopping $8.5 billion. And in less than 2 years, Silver Lake tripled its investment. eBay also got $1.4 billion on its investment. Soon, Microsoft replaced Windows Live Messenger with Skype. CEO Steve Ballmer had plans to merge Skype with Xbox, Outlook, and smartphones as well. Skype CEO Tony Bates also announced the goal to reach 1 billion daily users. But Skype integration didn't work out as planned. When Skype was launched, it solved a problem, and that's why people were using it. But by 2010, there were many other services solving the same problem. Google Hangouts, Apple FaceTime, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp, all of them offered a much better mobile experience. But Microsoft didn't innovate on Skype for a very long time. Microsoft was trying to import the computer-based experience onto mobile devices, which didn't work well, and most of the Skype users switched to other services. Also, Skype was a peer-to-peer service, which made it unreliable compared to WhatsApp and other services that were using server-based connections. Although later Microsoft tried to solve this concern and moved Skype to Azure, but by then people were already using other services. And when Microsoft moved to cloud, many people speculated that they were trying to steal the users' data. In 2014, Satya Nadella became the CEO of Microsoft. And with new leadership, the strategy now changed from consumer-focused company to become a business-focused company. As Microsoft was no longer a consumer business, Skype was struggling to fit into the enterprise bundle. Now to use Skype with enterprise products, in 2015, Microsoft launched Skype for Business. As many companies were already using Microsoft enterprise products like Windows and Office, it became easy to integrate Skype for Business with them, and it replaced Microsoft Lync and Office Communicator. By 2016, another messaging platform, Slack, was gaining popularity. Initially, Microsoft planned an $8 billion bid for Slack. But Microsoft founder Bill Gates argued that Microsoft should make use of Skype to build a competitor, which led to the launch of Microsoft Teams in 2017. Although Teams was launched in competition with Slack with a number of additional features, it became a direct competitor of Skype and took users from Skype itself. Microsoft Teams had a slower growth, and by the end of 2017, it only had 2 million users, which grew to 8 million by 2018. Now Microsoft started rolling out Teams to enterprise and left Skype for personal point-to-point connection for international expansion. Finally, in 2019, Skype saw some growth and it had 20 million daily active users. But the actual growth started in 2020 during the COVID pandemic. When businesses were forced to work online, they only had two choices: Zoom or Microsoft Teams. And businesses that were already using Microsoft switched to Teams easily. And in March 2020, first time Microsoft Teams surpassed Skype and had 44 million daily active users as compared to 40 million users of Skype. Although in news and media we hear all about Zoom and Teams just became a small product from an enterprise bundle of Microsoft, but if we look at the numbers, it tells a completely different story. Zoom got temporary attention and it's very much reflected in Zoom's stock price as well. Today both Zoom and Microsoft have more than 300 million daily active users, but Microsoft Teams revenue is almost double as compared to Zoom. And Microsoft's $8.5 billion acquisition of Skype is now generating almost the same revenue for them every year through Teams, and that's why Skype is Microsoft's most profitable acquisition to date. Now the most important question is, what is the future of Skype in Microsoft? Well, Skype still has tens of millions of users, so definitely Microsoft is not shutting down the app. In fact, Skype is back in a new shape and form. This year, after launching new AI capabilities in Bing, Microsoft integrated the Bing chat feature with Skype and provided a new way to access Bing's AI-based chat feature in Skype, which is helping users to ask queries and get responses in real time from the AI chatbot. Users can ask follow-up questions and do group chat as well. Bing Chat on Skype run on OpenAI's feature-packed language model GPT-4, which generates real-time information from the internet and provides it in a human-like text format. While Microsoft is trying to bring Skype to the game again, it will be interesting to see how Skype with AI capabilities will do in the future. But as of today, we can say that while Skype didn't become big under Microsoft, but it gave birth to one of the most profitable apps for Microsoft, Teams. So that's about Skype today. Let us know your experience with Skype. Also let us know what app you use nowadays: Skype, Teams, Zoom, Slack, or something else. Let us know in the comments below. If you have enjoyed this video, please do like it. If you are new here, please subscribe to the channel and help us grow. We are trying to bring more amazing business stories to you. Also let us know what other business stories you would like to see. With that said, I shall catch you in the next one. Thank you and have a nice day.